Good afternoon, good morning, good night, or maybe you're sitting down to lunch, whatever time it is, whatever time zone you're in. Welcome to Investing Bros. I am T Shroom, and today I am joined by somebody very, very special indeed. I'm going to be introducing them in just a second, but take a look at Piper. Here he is. Take a look here also at the crab market that we have found ourselves in. Piper, how are you doing this morning? And what the heck is going on with Bitcoin? What is going on with this crab market?
Well, I'm doing great this afternoon, T-Shroom. In this crab market, it's just, I think there's a lot of people just in pause and wait mode. Everybody's hyped. They're exhausted, emotionally exhausted from the ETF that never came, the ETF that never was. Um, and I think today they're just kind of licking their wounds a little bit. Some people had that pullback. It scared some people. They think it might be going down lower. There's a lot of uncertainty right
Sure.
now. That's what I'm seeing on the candles. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of what I'm feeling as well. You know, there could have been, a lot more upside. There was definitely, that was in the cards. But some might say we got more upside than we were supposed to get here with this last pop over the last week and a half. So it's been it depends what you want to look at it. Is the cup half full or is it half empty? I do have a quote of the day, and we've been quoting Martin Luther King for a while, Piper, and that is not going to change today. I've got one for us. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. From yours truly, MLK Jr. He's got so many quotes.
Let's go. Let's go.
So many quotes.
Gotta love it, dude.
Yeah. I wonder who is.
What is the
Go ahead.
I gotta ask, what is the spinning H now above your picture over there now?
Oh, you're asking the real questions here, Piper. That is the Hello
I am.
Labs token. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I thought that's what that was. I just wanted to make sure.
Right.
So
And nobody was a bigger fan
yeah.
of Hello Labs than MLK. Just fun fact.
Is that true? Is that a true statement? Can we look that up? Is that a trivia elf question? Can we expect that today on the
That is a fake news statement. So
Okay, just making sure.
that was from our fake news corner. But yeah.
Good job.
Well, Piper, for those of you guys who don't know, where is Tim? What happened to Tim? What happened to our bearded wonder? Tim
I finished my mission.
Yeah.
I took him out and I'm taking him
Yeah.
the show now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No. So actually, this is Tim. He just shaved his beard a little bit. No. Tim is on a much needed vacation. He's having some fun with his wife and baby Brody. So Piper's here, and he's going to be doing some TA. For those of you who don't know, Army Piper is an investing bro. He's in our intro. He's mentioned in our outro song. So he's once a bro, always a bro. And today he's joining us. He's going to be bringing us the TA. Yeah. And from the onset, I want to say that the Piper Academy link is the first link in our description. So go check out his channel that he has. And he goes live every morning at 9:30. So
9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
9:30 and sometimes 9:30 too, because there's some other
sometimes
shows.
Because there's this other show. There's this other show. I can't remember the name of it. Investing Bros. That's it. They go on 30 minutes before me, and they have a 30-minute show that is very, very polychronic. It might be 7:30. It might be 7:28. It might be, or my time, I guess, would be 9:28, 9:32. I tend to try to wait for you. I do. I try.
Absolutely. Well, in any case, Piper is no stranger to the charts, so we're going to go ahead and dive in with him and see what the tea leaves are saying about the future of the prices. Take it away.
All right, let's go ahead.
And they're saying nothing. Just kidding.
No, they do say something. They do. Matter of fact, on Piper Academy yesterday, it was even on my thumbnail. I was literally pointing at it in my thumbnail and said, this might be your last chance to buy at this level. I was talking about this one right here, the phase 5, 618 right here. For those that don't know, for any of your viewers that don't know about my charts here, what this is an extended fib extension. So you come over here and you get trend-based fib extensions, and I run it from this big point back here where we had an upwards trend, and then these golden lines here, well, they're just extensions of different phases of the same golden pocket that you normally have, the 618, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got phase one. I bought in at phase two. That's where I bought all of my Caspa at. We retested off a rejection here on phase four golden pocket, and then retested that phase three beautifully. And then I told everybody on the show yesterday morning, I said, look, we got a rejection off of phase seven here on the golden pocket. Perfect rejection here. We also printed that red check mark from Chart Prime right there saying, hey, this might have ran its course from this strong buy indicator all the way back here on 17 October. I'm looking at a 4-hour chart in case you're wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday on the show, I said we had this rejection. I would look at doing a part one buy-in on phase six. And if we lose that, I would definitely be looking at a phase five. And well, there you have it. Phase five, we've bounced, and now looks like we're doing another retest like we did previously over here on Caspa, where we came back and retested it after rejection. This is just a double pullback. It was way overbought. So it makes sense for it to cool off even more. For every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction. That's what's happening here with this retracement.
I think Ted Cruz
we're
said
looking
that,
at
right?
Yeah, it's Ted Cruz. Absolutely. That is my elected official, by the way, for El Paso, Texas, just so you know.
There you go.
So I was sitting right here though, guys. This is what we're looking at, phase five bounce there on Caspa. So looking pretty good right now. Matter of fact, let me do a little something here. I'm going to go pull up Bitcoin. We're going to check it real fast and see how it's looking.
Nice.
Because we lost the golden pocket here. Let me go ahead and pull in my oscillators there. And then I might have a special chart to show you guys here in a few, maybe. Mm-hmm. If the likes get high enough in here and there's enough hype in this audience, in this chat, then I might show you guys a little something special. A little foreshadowing there. Yep. So taking a look here at Bitcoin, guys, we got our bounce here on the 618. We're still inside the golden pocket. I'm not overly concerned about Bitcoin currently. We are starting to get that green ribbon coming in on the Oscillator Pro, bouncing off of that red part, the 50% line of the cloud. And we're just kind of grinding sideways, indecisive. This is what I told you. We were talking about the markets are very indecisive right now. We're absolutely seeing it play out on things like the RSI Prime. You can see we haven't turned to yellow here. Yellow typically means, hey, we are in a transition of reversals on the Ichimoku oscillator here, okay? By the way, these bottom two oscillators, completely free. You just type in Chart Prime. This top one here is RSI Prime. I have it set on Heikinashi. And then this bottom one here is the Ichimoku oscillator. They're both fantastic and they're free. So what better? I love the price of free 99. How about you, T-Shroom?
I love it.
I love it. So yeah, we got this. It's just kind of pink right now. It does say that this could be transitioning back to yellow soon. You see back here, we went to pink for a while and then it came back up to yellow. So this could be about to turn back up. I'm going to be watching for that $37,000 range to be resistance, also lining up there perfectly with the top of our golden pocket that we're currently trading inside of on the 4-hour. Let's go ahead and let's bring it out a little bit, because a lot of the times when people get very emotional and they're like, I don't know what to do with this chart. Just take a break, take a breath. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
That's right. Pull
it back a little bit and get a good look on it. So let's go over here and take a look here at my my crazy chaotic Fibonacci channel. You guys, for those that have been tracking, I broke this down, and you can see if I go into previous cycles here, you can see that there's definitely this horizontal Fibonacci play that plays out on this Fibonacci channels that go all the way back to the history of Bitcoin. And what we had here is, we had this phase one. Mind you, in the last cycle, we went to phase three and then back to phase two for a while. We won't count this because that's the Roro dump, and with Black Swan, we don't count it, right? And then back into phase three. Previous cycle before that, we had a definitive phase one between the 0 line to the 236. And then we had a phase two that went up from the 382 to the top of the golden pocket. And then a phase three is the top of the golden pocket into the platinum pocket. Okay. If you look at our current cycle right now, guys, we're in phase two. We've entered phase two a while ago. This is a weekly chart with weekly candles. So right now we're in the golden pocket of that phase two right there. And right now the candle closed for this weekly, even though we had a wick down. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it back like we left something here, and I will show you what we got. You can see that the candle close right now. If this was the weekly, and we'll see where it's at. We got the whole weekend to go. Sunday, it's going to close out this weekly. This is going to be sitting right on the golden pocket there of the 618. So I'm still I'm still in the realm of bullish, even though we could have a pullback. How far back could it pull back, Army? Great question. We would come back to the 50 here, T-Shroom, and that 50 would be coming in at 31,200, and still this would be phase two. So that's what I'm watching for on the bigger time frame. There, I am feeling quite bullish on Bitcoin right now. So,
Very nice.
what else you want to see? I got all kinds of stuff I could show you, man. You just let me know what you want. I got Caspa. The people in the audience, let me know. Yes.
Yeah.
Eric Wallace said, I love this chart, and I do. You're right.
Absolutely. Well, Piper, I appreciate you bringing us some TA. We're gonna kick it into the Q&A session. We can drill into some more charts. But for now, I wanna ask you this question because I'm seeing this a lot more being asked. When you look at the miners, the Bitcoin miners, they've been selling off, right? They've been moving to the downside disproportionately to Bitcoin. So taking CleanSpark, for example, you can see here on my screen, CleanSpark. This is the 4-hour chart. It has broken down this uptrending line of support since August, has moved down. And if you look at Bitcoin on a similar time frame, there you go. You can actually see that it has been able to keep most of this uptrending line of support, right? So not a perfect one-to-one comparison there, but Piper, what is going on here with the dynamics between? Maybe you don't know perfectly, but what is going on with the dynamics between the Bitcoin miners versus the spot price, and how should folks kind of position their portfolio? How should they think about this in light of this disparity?
Believe it or not, T-Shroom, if you want to get a good perspective of what's going on with a mining stock for Bitcoin, don't look at the mining stock. Go over and pull up a Bitcoin chart, and I've got one pulled up right now.
Oh, perfect.
And there's it's ironically just happen to have it. This bottom thing here is called the hash ribbons from Caprioli Investments, and it is the hash rate of the miners in general. The one thing that I'm watching here for on this, and let me go ahead and pull this up here so you can see, is the hash rate versus the signal line. And you can see that when it crosses over, when this green line crosses this gray line, we go into this capitulation period, and that is where you start to see the gray dots print on here, which says, hey, we're in capitulation. Once we print that blue, we're still in good water. Okay, even if it comes back down like this, that means that there's been a slowdown of the mining, but we haven't crossed it yet. What I like you right now about what I'm seeing right now, I think a lot of people are a lot of the miners are just taking their profits right now, and they're slowing down on the mining rate, which that equates to less money, right? But they got to take some profits along the way. What I'm seeing right now that makes me very bullish still on the miners is that even though we're coming down on the mining rate, you can see that the signal line, the capitulation line, is curving down also, which means it's staying away from that turn down of becoming a cross and going into this red again. If I saw that this gray line was not curving down and the green line was coming towards it, that would be a cause of concern, because we might be heading back towards a crossover like this, where we head back into capitulation. As of right now, we're keeping this steady distance in a way. As long as that distance can stay there, right there, then I wouldn't be too worried about it. They're just taking profits. It's a business, and that's what they got to do. They got to take profits, upgrade equipment. You got to remember, a lot of the mining rigs are not going to be usable, or they're going to have a lot less effectiveness when this new halving comes in, when the new difficulty rating for mining Bitcoin. So a lot of people have got to take profit and upgrade some stuff before that happens. The difficulty is going to double. The reward is going to half. So,
Gotcha. Well, hey, I appreciate you answering that. So the conclusion I would say then is, if I've been buying mining stocks, which a lot of folks have who are into crypto and they live in the United States and can get exposed to mining stocks, DCA is kind of the conclusion there. Is these mining stocks are going to come back up because they are still correlated with Bitcoin, but right now they're actually going, because of their business operations, which you just explained, they're kind of putting themselves on discount. So they're almost like a little bit of a leveraged play in a way on Bitcoin spot price. So are you that? Then the question becomes: are you buying any crypto mining stocks?
I am not. Right now, I got four major plays on stocks. It's Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and Tesla. So right now, I'm just focusing on four. I would rather keep it a small, strong four than
Hmm.
to get too many places in the other directions. However, if I saw a good pullback on the mining stocks or even micro strategies, because it gives you that alternative exposure to Bitcoin, then I
Hmm.
would probably look at like Clean Spark and micro strategies to diversify my stocks a little bit over into. But I do plan on being heavy into Bitcoin. Don't want to have too much exposure to Bitcoin, but I will say that historically, the miners and micro strategy have actually outperformed the run up of Bitcoin um, through the
Percentage
bull run. So,
percentage
yep,
wise, yep.
percentage wise. So, yep.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Eric Wallen, surprising. I cannot believe that Eric Wallen is chiming in on the subject of Bitcoin mining. Can you believe that,
Yeah,
Piper?
it's shocking. It's mind blowing. I don't even
He's
know like what's going on in this alternate reality I'm in right now.
he said Clean Spark is done diluting for now, Shroom. So I appreciate that. A little bit of insider information there. I don't know where Eric is getting that, but he's thinking that they're done now from the dilution standpoint. Eric, how are you tracking that? How do you know that? Let us know. Piper, do you know
Sheila
what
in
he's referring to?
accounting. Yes, it's Sheila in accounting. He calls her up and he goes, "Hey, what's going on?" And she gives
Right,
him the info. And
right.
yeah,
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah,
What a nice lady. Uh,
she's awesome. We all love Sheila in accounting.
Excellent. Yeah. That's hilarious. Taking a look here at the crypto miners, Bitcoin. I keep saying crypto. Um, I mean, they probably mine more than Bitcoin, right? You would imagine. They've got mostly green today across the board. BitF, that'd be Bitfarms, is actually down 1.6%. But these are some of the major names here in Bitcoin mining, and as you can see, green across the screen. All of them up more than 2% again, except for BitF. We've got some small caps here. They're performing moderately. Nakamoto up 1.7%. Hello Labs pretty much flat on the day, down 0.7. GFAL down 0.1. Don't really report on those small cap names very often, folks. Those are pretty risky, so be careful. Definitely invest a lot less than you would into names like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Thought I'd bring those up though for some of the OGs who like some of the smaller cap names that are brought to us often by Crypto Archie and Crypto Seth, who are our crypto gym hunting buddies.
Love those dudes.
For show. Well, you mentioned some of my
Oh, show.
favorite stocks. I'm actually the only name that you mentioned that you're in that I don't have is Nvidia. I feel like Nvidia, if you're not already in Nvidia, you probably should wait for pullbacks. I didn't even buy any
Yep.
back here in late August,
Mm.
mostly because I was distracted. I probably would have picked some up if I was really thinking about it. But I do have. You mentioned Google, Amazon, and Tesla. Got a lot of Tesla, and then I have a decent amount of Google and Amazon. I think AI is going to be big, and these two names are going to absolutely dominate. A lot of people don't know that Amazon has actually been creating AI chips since 2018, so they're no stranger to the AI game. But you may think, but Amazon, all they do is you buy like little rings, and you buy like a blow up mattress, and you get shipped to your house, and then you return it. Right? They do a lot more. There's this thing called
That's a thing.
AWS.
That's a thing.
Yeah, there's a thing called AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and Amazon does a ton of stuff for basically servers, right? They run a ton of servers, and then there's a bunch of web services that they run on top of that web service core business offering. So one of those things is that they also make AI chips, which a lot of people thought they were crazy for doing that so early on, but that's clearly going to pay off here as they start to ramp that up. Anyway, I'm done
Yep.
shilling Amazon. Uh,
Did you see Crips and Caravan Company's comment? He
what
said
did he say?
Piper 1995 wants its facial hair back.
Wow.
Hey, hey, man, I've been in the army since 2001. I've never been able to have facial hair for like the last 2 decades. So I'm playing and I'm having fun. So you leave my beard alone, Crimson.
That's hilarious. That is so funny. You know what? Gia S actually said, got my NVIDIA years ago. Yeah. I'm kind of in the boat with you, Gia,
It's the
except I didn't buy NVIDIA, I bought Microsoft. So I've been holding Microsoft for a long time, have a really good entry on it. I don't know that I would say I bought it years ago. I may have bought it as long ago as maybe 2 years ago. So, stock guys, if
That's
you're
the
in
one time her
America,
financial.
go ahead.
Oh, that's the one time her financial advisor made a good call for her.
Absolutely. Yeah. My average cost in Microsoft is $192 per share, and its price per share right now on the New York Exchange is $372. So I'm doing pretty well, up 94% on my Microsoft play. And how did I do that? How'd you do that, T-shirt? Well, I bought it during the pandemic. That was my main purchase when prices on the Nasdaq just shot down because everybody was very fearful, and that's when you buy. When everybody's fearful and there's blood in the streets. In that case, literally, So, guys, let's go ahead and transition. I do have a factoid of the day for you, Piper, and it's one that I don't know if you're going to know the answer to this. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for it?
Ready. I'm ready. Go for it. Lay it on me.
Okay. Before we do that, before we get to it, I want to just bring up to everybody's attention that you can, right now, for free, you can go check out Piper Academy. It's the first link in the description for this video that you're watching right now. Doesn't matter if it's live, if you're watching live, or if you're watching later on. You can click this link and go over to Piper Academy, and you can watch this gentleman right here. You can watch him do his TA every single morning at 9:30 weekdays. Piper. This term is
Awesome.
used to refer to classical bagpipe music. Is it? Now, some of these words are difficult to pronounce. P.O. Bericht? Is it bluegrass? Is it dagrossum? Or is it Scott Mischt?
I am going to go with A on this, T-Shroom.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure I remember back. I'm pretty sure that I remember back seeing something to do with that. It has something to do with the burl style, that wavering note. So yeah, I don't even need to phone a friend. I think that's what I'm going to go with on this. So
the burl style, right? Reminiscent of some of those Celtic, motifs that we'd see in some of that.
Well, when people are playing the bagpipes and they're chanting, and they do that note that does that whoa, whoa, whoa at the end, that's called a burl. So it's a quick movement of the pinky on the chanter, just so you know. So
Oh, the old pinky on the chanter, right? Very familiar.
Pinky on the chanter move.
Very relatable for a general crypto audience. I know. I'm asking me and the factoid elf are asking the question here. So anyway, guys, let us know in the chat. What do you think the answer to this one is? If you know the answer to this, you are on another level, or you're a bagpipe player or something like that, or you're Scottish maybe. You grew up right next door to a bar that has this name. Anyway,
I will tell you, I've touched way more charts in the past 3 years than I have bagpipes in the past 10. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah. In case you guys were wondering the types of things that Piper's been touching, now you know. So that's excellent. What's not so excellent is this headline here, Piper, which is honestly a little troubling here. This is from Watcher.guru. Whoa. Apple halts all advertising on X. So this is an interesting one here. I'm not exactly sure what the details are, but of course X is the platform formerly known as Twitter, and as you can see here, Apple is not alone in this decision. IBM has also reportedly paused ads on X. Subsequently, the development has led to a plethora, great use of the word, of backlash now directed at Tesla CEO. Maybe you've heard of him, Elon Musk. Conversely, Jewish leaders have recently called out Musk's action on the platform. Might have something to do with that. Probably not. Probably has something more to do with this. Also from Watcher.guru, SEC asks federal judge to force Elon to testify over his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter. So Tim, Piper, speculating here.
Yes, T-shirt.
Because of course we don't know much about this. But what do you think is happening here? Do you think that the establishment's trying to come down on Elon once and for all? Do you think he's going to be able to bear this?
So I don't know if you've seen this phone sales for Apple. recently.
They're bad.
They're not doing very good. They're really bad. I don't know that I would take away my marketing platform anywhere right now. I think that they chose to go with how they felt instead of what their accountant books looked like. So
Hmm.
again, it's a company acting on emotion instead of raw black and red numbers on a data chart to me. So
Right.
I think that it probably though has to do with the SEC. It's probably a distancing thing, and when they saw the opportunity to be a social justice warrior and put that image out there, they decided, hey, we can do this, and no one will really know what it's for. We're protecting ourselves, but we're also getting to project ourselves here. So
Very apt. Very apt analysis, and I expect nothing less from you. Piper, I do have this pulled up here. You can see a lot of folks don't realize this. This is a list of the world's largest corporations. This does not include governments. But first, one thing you'll note is that all of them are American, except for number 11, which is Taiwanese semiconductor producer TSMC. And then you also have the Saudi Arabian company Saudi Aramco, which bears a similar name to the country of which it's originated. But what you'll notice here, why I'm bringing this up, taking a leisurely tour through this list here, but Tesla, number 9, right, in the top 10 of largest companies in the world, okay? Apple, number 1, sitting at a cool $2.95 trillion market cap, okay? Tesla at 747 billion, so not even 1 trillion. There's obviously a lot for Apple to lose, okay? They have very far to fall. When you're on top, there's nowhere to go but down, right?
but how far from the tree will it fall is the question.
And it is an apple, and that's a very, very fruitful analogy, I would say. Very good.
Thank you very much.
So we'll see, guys. I think so I want to speculate a little bit, because where I think this is all leading to is this theory that I've had for a while. Apple just cut off advertising on X, right? Which is, this is a small move compared to what Apple could do, which is claim X has a lot of racist content. We're going to take it off our Apple Store. We're going to take it off the iPhone. That headline would be bigger than Elon Musk buys X. Would you agree?
Yes, it would be.
That would be gigantic. It would probably go to the Supreme Court for free speech implications. But it would be an absolute nightmare for Elon, right? And he would yet again be kind of the crux of a giant question in society and humanity and history, which somebody else has got to start doing some of this stuff too. But anyway, I think also, though, that would also bring the impetus, and I'm sure Elon has not, this wouldn't be the first time that Elon has thought about this, the impetus for Elon to say, hey, X is coming out with a phone, or we're partnering with Solana, just kidding, or we're partnering with Tesla is going to be coming out with a phone. So I'm not going to try to go find the tweet that I put out on this, but I actually speculated on this for a while ago, and I tweeted out a poll, say, what would be a smarter move for Elon to release a phone through Tesla or through X? What's your answer, Piper?
Tesla. I would buy a Tesla phone before I'd buy a social media phone. Just saying.
Yeah, makes sense. SpaceX.
I want my phone to be technology based, and X is not technology yet. It's a social media platform. But when I think technology, Tesla, SpaceX, they got something going there. So
now, okay, I want to ask you the same question, but fast forward 3 years from now, where Elon is on the other side of all these new fresh lawsuits from the SEC, whatever's going to happen. I don't know if they're lawsuits precisely, right? But he's on the other side of that, right? And he's implemented all the financial back end for X as well. That's up and running. It's onboarded, and it's on track to compete with the Robinhoods and the TD Ameritrades of the world. Then do you buy a phone from X over Tesla?
Yes, only if Elon has also put out a line of shoes that track your exercise, and we can call them E's. I can wear my E's, be on my X phone.
Easy E's.
My Tesla. Maybe extra. We can get like the E, the X, the T, R, A, and
that exists, right?
All the stuff. And
Nike has some stuff that integrates with your shoe. like
Oh,
smart
well,
shoe things. Yeah.
Elon would make it better.
It's
Elon
been
would make it
around
better.
for a while, though. Elon, of course, would make it better. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that, all that kind of stuff, too much more. Piper, I want to throw it over to you because you actually found a pretty cool article
Hmm.
about echoes. And, our factoid of the day is talking about sound, bagpipe sound. So I'm going to use
It's
this
a good segue there.
very clunky transition to throw it over to you.
Nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, I found this article here a little while ago. I was talking to T-Shroom about it, but yeah, this echoes of Bitcoin 2021 record run emerge in the derivatives market. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of it, just to keep it simple. A burst of activity in Bitcoin derivatives evoked memories of the period in late 2021. If you guys remember back, think back, if you will, 2021. We were all waiting on $100,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin was, hitting 50,000, 55,000, 60,000. And, everyone's like, it's going to go all the way. At that moment at time, there was a lot of derivatives futures calls going on and a lot of money moving into that whole world of the perpetual futures
Yeah.
derivatives market. There's the word. So variables such as the cost of perpetual futures trades, so on and so forth, open interest. There's a revival in the speculative gusto for Bitcoin. And if you take a look here at what they're saying, there's the dat down here. Let's get to this nitty gritty part. There we go. Crypto call options were in strong demand for the past few weeks, said Caroline Moran. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure I just butchered the name.
Wah, wah.
Nailed it. I nailed it. Co-founder of digital asset derivatives liquidity provider Orbit Markets. And while some traders placed leverage bets on a large breakout to $100,000 or beyond, the more immediate test is the $38,000 level. And this is as of this morning when we were running about $36,000 there. So, bottom line up front, put this in a nice, easy summary for you. What we have going on right now in the derivatives market over the past couple of weeks was a influx of people making a lot of risky leverage calls. That was very indicative of what we saw in 2021, just prior to the all-time high run-up. So I think this is an indicator that where you had late comers to crypto in the last cycle, they are now early comers into crypto this cycle, which could mean we have a lot more money and a lot more bullish gamblers coming into crypto this time that could really just set this market off. That is the big takeaway I get on that. So
Absolutely. We've been saying a lot of things that are right in line with that. I think we're going to see. So think about it like this: the ETFs last cycle were brought in towards the highs, right? In fact, when they
mhm.
released, they kind of marked the highs. Bitcoin didn't go that much higher after those ETFs were released. Um, Whereas now, right, and that was post halving. That's the important part. That's the threshold that matters. Now these ETFs are likely to come out pre-halving, right? If the SEC has somehow convinced Congress to allow Gary to keep his job after delaying these ETFs past March, right, which is basically impossible, and we're right up against the halving, right? It's going to come out pre-halving. These applications are either going to get very, very minority chance that they'd be denied. So it's a very good chance that they're going to get approved before the halving. Okay, that's a different dynamic, and that's why I think we're also going to be seeing a lot more retail coming at the front end of this rally, this bull market. Excuse me, this bull market, and it's going to be pretty explosive and, dare I say,
Mhm.
parabolic. So it's very, very interesting. Piper, thank you so much for bringing us that information. I just want to show you guys on this stock to flow chart to kind of complement what Piper was saying, that the stock to flow has actually put us at 50K this whole time. The post halving of 2020, we should have moved up to 50K and stayed at 50K pretty much for the whole time. Right now, we exceeded that. Right, went up to 69 famously. Right, and then came back down and famously also hit 15,700 was sort of the low. Right now, it has moved
Mhm.
back up, and it is where we're at today, around 35, 36, 38, right, somewhere in that range. So as we move forward, we expect prices ultimately to get higher, especially as the ETF news continues to kind of hold everybody's breath, right? And so right this week, right? Especially the moment we're in right now, this Thursday, Friday kind of trading moment. Bitcoin is actually, prices are actually taking a rest. They're actually coming back down and taking a little bit of a breather, as you can see here on the charts, because the ETF news is basically in the rearview mirror for right now. Everybody's more focused on other things, like this headline. Inside Vivek's Swami's crypto policy, he wouldn't have come out with this right now if it was, to try to compete with the ETF headlines. Right, he's coming out with it now because the ETF headlines are kind of on the decline. Right, the folks are gonna see, pay attention. These political campaigns are very tightly honed on the media cycles. So, Paper, I want to throw it over to you though. As you know, we'll take a look at some charts, maybe that you've got, maybe some teasers of some things to come here from some organizations that you're a big part of, and then we'll go into some Q&A here at the back half of the show. We'll get into our factoid, and maybe we'll even take a look at the policy from Vivek. I don't know if we'll have time for that, but before we do that, I would like everyone, if you have enjoyed this video so far, whether you're watching after, like non-live, right, go ahead and leave us a like on this video and consider subscribing if you felt any kind of value at all. Maybe you just like the sound of Piper's voice. Leave us a like for that, because he does have a good sounding voice. Piper, let's throw it over to you and take a look at some of the charts you got going.
Yeah, thanks, man. I actually want to show something here. Let me go in here and turn something off. You guys are going to love this. I guarantee it. So taking a look here on weekly Bitcoin chart. Something very interesting. You guys can see on this chart here, I'm running all the way back to November 2019 on data here, all pulled onto this chart here. And if you take a look over here at this beautiful volume tool that we have here from Chart Prime's new update coming next week, you can actually see that we have this dash red line here. This dash red line right here is actually the money flow. This is your money flow volume. Okay, so this is where the most money has come into Bitcoin over this entire period of time. Now, mind you, it's not the highest volume. Why am I locked up? There we go. Thank you very much. TradingView being mean to me. If you look down here, you can see there's 298,000 rank of volume there, which came into about, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, that'd be $26 billion of sell-off down here, right? You can see here there was $70 billion worth of sell-off here. The ranking on that is negative 1.59K, right? But if you look at this point of control here, this is positive. And it's actually the highest volume number of money here. It's $97,495,333,000 worth of money inflow. Guys, where are we at right now? This literally is the highest money point throughout the past 5 years of Bitcoin. If we hold this, this is extremely bullish. Think of this a POC, and this is going to be a very critical level for us to hold. You were talking about how high on one of the numbers that you were looking at for Bitcoin to go earlier, T-Shroom?
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about 45K, I think you said?
Right.
Is that right? Yeah. So if we look at the $45,000 here, that's actually a very low gap here, guys. There's actually a fall in volume there at that level. This would be easy to get through. 48 is going to be coming in. 48 is going to be this level right here, which is not that big. You look, we're actually on the downslope. You think of this as a fixed range volume profile with your mountains, right? We're over the peak right now. The peak is coming in right here. And then this is our highest volume area, which is this back here. It's not even part of this cycle. Our highest volume level this cycle would be these two right here, which is going to be this chunk and then this chunk of time, right? Right now, we're at the point of control for money flow. This is money flow coming in only, not just volume. So it's right now that we're at a critical level. Further go on that too, that $45,000 to $51,000 range, that would actually be going after our phase three here. If you look at where we are, so that phase three is going to be coming in at 45,000. I think if we look at where we are going into the month, into the beginning of the year here, I think that around February, March time period, we're in phase three, and we could be testing that platinum pocket at 45,000 right there. We break that,
Wow.
we're up to 51,000. It's just a free gap fall. If we go back and look at that chart again and what we have there, let me go ahead and take off some of these brush marks here so I can clean up this Mexican spaghetti, as I tell OC he has on his chart sometimes. It's my co-host over there on Piper Academy. Nobody
Making me hungry.
Mexican spaghetti, it's a thing. If you look at where we are between that 45,000 on here, which is going to be coming in right about this range here, that's a very low gap. I would almost think that if we're at 45,000, we're going to come up to that $48,000 range and hit that block there. If we get above that, we have a free run. All of this is so low on volume and money flow in. All of it took place at this level here and this level here. And if we drew a line on there, let's put a line on that chart just to give a visual across that board. You're going to be looking right there for your two levels that we're going to have that fight going into this. So,
yeah.
But right now, yeah, money flow, that money flow index right there, point of control, is going to be huge for what I'm watching for here. You can see here, looking at the new Prime Oscillator Pro with money flow index 2.0, that's this red line turning green here. We're still very green on the weekly chart. Little teaser there for what we got coming for the new indicators, and this is just a scratch on the surface. So yeah, that's what I got for you that I'm watching there on those levels. But yeah, right now as we sit, we are at the money flow index point of control on the new volume indicator from Chart Prime. So
love it. And Piper was showing me a lot of other stuff too that can't be released because it's too dangerous to release it. But it's going to be available on, when is it, Tuesday? That'll be available. People will know about it.
It'll be Monday at midnight somewhere on the planet. It's all coming out. There's special pricing going on for the planet Earth, third rock from the sun. You may have heard of it. But yeah, there's going to be some special introductory prices for the first subscription, and then we're going to be bringing back the lifetime. There's also another tool that is only available if you get lifetime. That could be one of the most valuable tools that we've ever released in the indicator world. It is a complete strategy back tester based on all things Chart Prime. So yeah, guys, you're going to want to check it out. Watch for that video. I may be playing the whole teaser video pre-show as a teaser trailer on Monday morning for my live stream.
So. You got to tune in then. First link in our description is the YouTube channel for Army Piper, the Piper Academy. Meek Vision saying insert ETF approval in January or B. I'm guessing February. I'm not sure about that. But Piper, generally the question here, Meek Vision, when ETF?
I think January, bro.
January.
I think it's going to come in January. I do think it's going to come in January because that's officially when mentally everyone is hitting the ground for election season. They know that no one's going to really get involved with Thanksgiving and Christmas. No one wants to talk about politics. They don't want to look at politics. They're focused on the holidays. They're focused on family. January, things get real. People's bills start coming in from buying Christmas stuff. They're looking at the credit card bill. They're looking at the economy. They're hearing about this and that. And that is where politics comes in and starts playing their big, mighty role of look how good we're doing and the look how bad they're doing argument going on. So I think January... yes, I still drink Red Bull because I still live in the 1995 with my beard. Okay.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think January is when we're going to get that ETF, bro.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. I haven't heard the political explanation angle, but I mean, BlackRock, obviously, they have a preference of which way the elections go. I don't know what it would be. I would assume probably Democrat, but it's interesting to consider it in that way. Another, I think the strongest argument for a December release would be it probably wouldn't be around closer to Christmas itself, right? Probably be in the first 2 weeks of December, where folks are,
Yeah.
trying to finish up their business stuff so they can zone out and just go spend time with family and get ready for the new year. But yeah, so I think if it is going to be December, it's going to be in those first 2 weeks. And I believe that some of the BlackRock staff have said that they think that it could be then. Of course, they don't know definitively. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Kathy Woods definitely sounded pretty optimistic. So, it's a wait and see game, right? But in the meantime,
Kathy
I'm
Woods is always optimistic, man. Come on.
when is she not, right?
Right?
I love it. Well, let's run through. Do you want to go through Vivek Ramaswamy's crypto policy? Or
Sure, go with it. I read some of the stuff on X, but go ahead and run it through. I think some people in the stream right now in the chat would find some of his some. I think there's a reason to say for people out there to say what they've said about man. I hope something drastic happens that removes Trump from the running so that I can have this guy to vote for.
Vivek?
So I think he's got some valid points. Yes.
Well, man, I got to respond to that. I was feeling similar, but towards RFK. So we'll see. We'll see. Who do you think is it? Well, let's read the policy first, and then we'll make the comment. Who is a stronger candidate for the Bitcoin candidate? Because I think RFK has made, in my mind, up until this release of this new policy from Vivek, RFK is the Bitcoin candidate. So let's take a look at it here, and we'll make the final say for the universe. Just kidding. All right. So why Vivek, presidential candidates, is making cryptocurrency a part of his platform and its users a part of its coalition. All right. So here it is. What are they saying? Since the inception of crypto, the shadow government and administrative state in Washington, D.C., and its cronies on Wall Street have tried to squash its rise. Excellent. That ends on my watch, says Vivek. So he's going to treat code as speech and criminals as criminals. Okay. So Ethereum isn't possible. It's not possible for Ethereum to be a crime, right? Because it's free speech. But SBF is a criminal, right? So that's kind of common sense in my view. Well, it's hard to say because you're also involving very complicated blockchain technology. But yeah, affirm the right to self-custody. Basically, he wouldn't ban the use of personal cryptocurrency wallets. That's a kind of a given. That's a non-starter if you're on the other side of that one for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, because maybe then I won't get my my crypto all locked down on Coinbase and not be able to move it to my wallet. I'm just saying.
I thought we were going to be able to go the whole episode, Piper. I really believed
it's in my soul. It's in my soul now, T-Shrew.
No, I know. I was trying to think of maybe if we could work it in. Maybe we could work it in at the end. If somebody asks the question, then we have to respond to it, right? Affirm the right to self-custody. We talked about that one. Stand down the regulators. This is basically Ramaswamy's whole campaign. His idea is that federal officials go much further than Congress has authority. Definitely not heard. I've definitely heard that before. That's nothing new coming from a politician. Whether or not he'll do it, we'll see. The intrigue. He quotes the courts in his statement, which seem at least sympathetic to his critique of lifetime administrators. Yeah, sure. So overall, I mean, if this is it, that's pretty robust. I'd say the one that I really like here is code is free speech. That's pretty interesting because also what the article points out is it kind of asks the question, well, what about how does Tornado Cash fit into that? Because Tornado Cash, you can make the argument is purely a tool for money laundering, right? Whereas Bitcoin, it obviously can be used for that, but it's not as easy as something like Tornado Cash. So it's interesting. It's interesting. What do you think after reading that? What do you think? You think Vivek is now the front runner for the Bitcoin bros, or do you think that that RFK still holds on to it?
I think they both have their value added. At the end of the day, though, I mean, we're talking about politicians. There's only been two politicians that I can really point out and say these people put out their policies and they pushed them the whole time. That would be Trump and AOC. I hate AOC, don't like her policies, but I'll give it to her. She said I was doing all this stuff and she has fought that direction the entire time. So at least, she did something that she said she was going to do, unlike 90% of all politicians. So I would have to be strongly convinced. I'm a little bitter when it comes to the politicians. Don't know if you could tell that or not, T-Shroom.
Yeah,
I think they're all questionable. So
sure. Yeah, and heading into the election season, we all have to be putting people first, right? Putting the people in our environments, whether that be online or offline. Just remember that there's humans on the other side of the accounts that you're yelling at. So just be nice, be kind, and if it's a bot, then you can let her rip, right? But if it's a human, just keep in mind that you don't need to say something, right? You don't need to say something if somebody's being obviously inflammatory. We bring it up here because it plays a significant role. If RFK gets elected, if Vivek gets elected, there's a good chance that this is going to directly affect, the future of crypto in the United States.
fact.
Versus if Biden gets elected again, we're probably going to see more of the same. So should be very, very
Well,
interesting.
there's a whole group out there that Coinbase actually has a link for. Um, that has the political stance of
Right.
crypto for every
Standard.
politician. So that might be something that maybe we can do a show on that coming up, T-shirt, and
Yep.
we'll dig through and start looking at all of the
Mhm.
updates and see if there's anybody in there that has
Yep.
some crypto stances that we can jive with or not. So
Yep. Absolutely. Did you look at the Caspa charts yet, Piper? Did we take a look at those yet?
I did. That's where I was talking about my phases of the
Okay,
targets
perfect.
and where we
Perfect.
are right now.
Excellent. All right. Well,
Um,
let's go ahead and answer the factoid, and then I want to hear what your thoughts are on Coinbase, and
okay.
if you've had any changes in your relationship with them. I know that you're a longtime user of Coinbase, but ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, I am.
let's get here to the answer of today's factoid. And Piper, I have to say, you did not disappoint. Oop. Because the answer was indeed P. Brock. There you
There we
go.
go.
I don't know how to pronounce that other word. It's in Gaelic or something. I'm not going to be able to pronounce it.
It
But
is Gaelic. Yeah, a
P.
lot of the
Brock,
stuff for bagpipes is Gaelic.
right, and I can see why you'd pick that. Just kidding. P. Brock is an art music genre associated primarily with Scottish Highlands that is characterized by extended compositions with melodic theme, elaborate formal variations, strictly meaning piping in Scottish Gaelic. So there you go. You learned a little something today about the bagpipes. You forget
This is what
bagpipes
I
are.
do. I drink and I know stuff.
There you go.
So
Perfect. Love it. Game of Thrones reference getting thrown in there. I
yes,
love it. So
absolutely.
so Piper, you're a big fan of Coinbase, right?
I am actually, yes. And I'm hoping that they solve my issue. So I am a big fan of Coinbase though. Yes. Let me just answer your question simply, T-shirt. Yes, I am a fan of Coinbase, but lately I feel neglected by them.
Mm,
So there you go.
okay. Why is that?
Because they've locked my ability to transfer my crypto. Now listen, I can buy crypto, I can sell crypto, I can move all of my money to my bank account, but I cannot send any crypto off to another exchange, which is sad because I use Coinbase as my trusted in route and infill and exfil to
On
my
ramp?
trade
Yeah.
exchanges. So my on
Yeah.
ramp, yes, infill exfil for the
Hmm.
military types. For you civilian peeps out there, yes, my on ramp and off ramp.
Sure. Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. I did watch your video this morning where you described that in much more detail and a much more passion that I really appreciated. But yeah, it sucks.
I'm being a good bro today.
Yeah,
Good bro.
to be honest with you, I've very seldom used Coinbase because I was kind of a Robinhood native. It was just really easy for me to acquire crypto there, and I've used it as an on ramp, off ramp. What I will say that has annoyed me recently about Robinhood is that they have taken away USDC over Polygon transfers, and I was actually paying quite a bit of vendors through that, and I was being paid by some of my contractors through that. So it's annoying. There are definitely all these little changes, But I will say the customer service for Robinhood, excellent experience. The guy literally, while we were live, he checked out my YouTube channel and subscribed this channel. So if you're not subscribed, what more do I have to do, right? If a guy who is a customer service rep for Robinhood will subscribe, then so should you. So absolutely, guys. Well, Piper, we've got about 5 minutes left. What do you want to do with these golden minutes? You want
Pull up
to
Caspa.
take a look at the charts? You want me to pull up Caspa?
Yeah.
I've already got it
No,
pulled
I've got
up.
it right here.
Oh, you want to
you
pull
can
it
look
up.
at it. Yeah, well, because I've got it right here.
No, let's throw it over to you.
Look,
show us what you got.
Yeah, I was just talking about this level here, this phase 6. Guys, we're breaking the phase 6 right now. We were literally wasn't even moving towards that when we were talking about it a minute ago. So my video yesterday, my live stream, when I said this might be the lowest you get to buy Caspa for a while, might be 100% true. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, Caspa's moving. You can see here on the I'm looking at the 4 hour still, of course. We are starting to get that round curvature of the ribbon at the bottom. Looks like it's about to pinch and go up.
Oh wow.
You can see here we're getting that really short Heikinashi candle. Typically when they start to get really short like that, mind you, it can lead to more downside, but usually that is the indication of a reversal. So like right here, you can see that, and that's where we went up. Now, last time we did something like that, we had this entire move, and that was a move of, let's go look and see, to the top where it started the curve. That's about 30% move. So let's go see what a 30% move would look like up here now, because I'm not going to count this one. This one was parabolic when we did that. But let's just do a 30% move right here from this point right now. Let's go see. 30% move would be right up about that phase 8 golden pocket, somewhere between the phase 8 and phase 9 golden pocket. Ironically enough, if you look where it's at, it's actually the upper resistance band of our predictive ranges here, which is a lot of times that is where we do get our pullback near there on this one. Now we've got a new predictive range block going here. That would be right about that 30% move. If we go here from this level, let's see again. Yeah, that's 32.6%. It's pretty darn close to that predictive range resistance band. So, yeah,
absolutely. Dave
looking
Digital,
a little promising right now.
Dave Digital asking, what's the current price? It's just under 13 cents for Caspa. Dave Digital. Indie Rock Crypto said, buy dips in an uptrend equals how traders make money. It's absolutely true. And Mike Wallen said, break it, baby. Break it, baby. Talking about that level. So. Yeah,
let's go.
If I go over to my charts and take a look at Caspa, you can see I'm a big Bollinger Band guy. People have been picking up on that. You can actually see here that it's bounced off the midline of the Bollinger Band quite predictively here on the 4 hour. So really liking that. Happens to coincide quite nicely here with the trend assistant, which is green and a strong buy rating on the 4 hour. So pretty nice there from the Market Oracle Pro. Chart Prime might be seeing a lot more. Chart Prime. We already talked about it quite a bit here in the Investing Bros, but there could be a lot more to come. We're very excited to see what goes down, because we got a lot. As Piper said, there's a lot coming out next week. Some new indicators, some new products, whole new products. It's almost a whole new world to get into over there at Chart Prime.
A whole new world.
Absolutely.
Don't worry, I can't match close enough to get you 7 seconds of commercial banning there. So
I wasn't worried about it. I was not worried about that in the slightest, Piper. But guys,
well, thanks. Thank you. You're saying I have no musical talent. Thanks, T-Shroom.
I would never ever say that. Because you play the bagpipes, as we've learned today.
Yes.
Yeah. Frankie Parsons says, "What's the lowest you say?" What does that mean? The lowest on Caspa, lowest price. Well, so it bottomed out here at 11 cents, 11.35. So
yeah, which is that's my phase 5 golden pocket on mine. So
yeah, that's where you could have bought. I didn't buy any more because I'm already adequately exposed, to say the least, to Caspa, and I bought it back around 8 cents. So I'm feeling good about it. I might buy a more.
I got in at 6.3 cents is where I got in on the phase 2. When it was testing this whole period here and kept bouncing off of it on phase 2, that's where I got in. So I've caught all of this move.
Very nice.
By the way, I took profit. Did you read that whole thing about me taking profit, T-Shroom?
Yeah, I did. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. I took some profit and collected that money up, and then I went and took Myria gains and
Mm-hmm.
put them into a 3x long on Caspa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's doing pretty good for me now. So
Piper, I just opened a tab that I haven't opened. It was a sleepy tab, right? It took a minute or two to open up. But as we close out the show here, I got to show you something really exciting. On November 19th, the elections for Argentina will be coming out. They're holding their elections out there. Milei is holding the lead now, 58% up in the polls. This could be huge for Bitcoin. This is a story that a lot of folks are sleeping on. 58%. That's big. It started the week at 50.
it is big. That's huge.
It was neck and neck. Milei is pulling away. He is quite a radical dude in a lot of different ways. Radical dude. I should be more respectful. Radical candidate. In one of those ways that he's radical is he wants to completely shut down their central bank there in Argentina, which I say, let's do it. They might as well. Their inflation rate's like 130%. So
I thought it was actually higher than that. I thought it was like close to 1,000. Or
if your
has it come
inflation
down
rate
since then?
is staying maintained above 10% and it's staying there, you have an argument for failure. Just complete state failure at that point. Not state failure, but monetary policy failure. Like the United States, our inflation got up to 9.1, but that was its peak, and then it came right back down, right? That's a sign of a monetary system that has a little more control.
Yeah, if your inflation rate are like the hands in the song of DJ Khaled, probably need to go.
Oh wow,
I got dad jokes, dude. You know me.
That was good. That dried my mouth out, that one. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. As you're leaving the video, consider subscribing if you've gotten any value from this, and I'm sure you have, because I'm sure you clicked on this video to find out what the classical term for bagpipe music was, and we delivered. So we read your mind. We titled the video completely differently, and we used a completely different thumbnail to try to deflect what the truth of the video was going to reveal, which was the name of the bagpipe classical music. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Consider subscribing. We've had a ton of fun. Thank you so much, Piper, for joining us. And make sure you go click the first link in the description to go subscribe and check out the channel over there at Piper Academy. We've had a ton of fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Saturday show here on the Investing Bros. We'll see you there.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shouted out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms News got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.